Hey, what's up, what's YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Gio in the house. I want to say, yo, what's up? It's a beautiful day outside today, right? Awesome outside. So I'm in my yard today, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about something, how I learned, to get my first house. Um, Many of you guys may think, it's impossible for me to get a house because of the down payments. It's impossible for me to get a house because I don't make enough money. It's impossible for me to get a house because of this, because of that. But people, you know that right now, at this day and age, it's much more easier to get a house than you actually really think. You have programs out there that would help you. Um, you have programs like the VA program. If you're a veteran, you can get a loan, and you don't have to. As a veteran, you don't have to give a down payment. That's a good thing. No down payment, no closing costs, no nothing. Then you have FHA loans and you have USDA loans. And there's a difference between them. An FHA loan, your credit score can be as low as 520. As long as you don't have anything derogatory that's not holding you back, no late payments on a school loan, no late payment on child support, no late payment on nothing of that nature, then you're okay. You are okay. You have a steady job, you are okay. Um, the USDA loan, it's loans that comes from, you think of USDA, you think about um, agriculture, but it's not agriculture. They also have a home loan program. The difference between the USDA loan program and the FHA program is that the FHA program, you have to have um, what you call it. With the FHA program, there's a limit to what the amount of land that you can have. As far as USDA, when it comes to USDA, there is no land limit. But at USDA, you have to be somewhere like I am, like right here, in the country. Um, but they don't do condos. FHA do condos. Um, both FHA and USDA both do mobile homes. But they have to be manufactured mobile homes, double wide. They have to be double wide mobile homes. Um, they have to pass inspection. Well, home inspection is not. It's not necessary, but it's recommended. Home inspection is recommended for your home. So the first thing that you do is you find out how's your credit, right? You find out how your credit. So if you have a low score, 6, the higher your score, the less money you'll be putting down, and the better APR rate that you will get on your loan, right? So most of the loans that you do with FHA or USDA, a down payment would be 3.5%, right? On FHA loan, and you can go on an FHA loan and a USDA loan. They allow the seller, to go as far as 6% when it comes to closing costs. So if your house is the closing cost is, let's say, I don't know, $200,000 house, and the closing cost is $10,000. So the owner can pay the closer, the owner, the seller. I'm gonna say the seller can pay up to 6%. They can pay the whole thing. It's up to them. But that those are options that you have. If you go to an FHA loan or USDA loan and they appraise your house, and when they appraise your house, if the house is valued at more than what the appraise is, and then you could take that down payment and you can put it into your loan, and it'll be, you don't have to do a down payment. It goes into your loan. There's also programs out there. You got to check your program. You got to check your state. What state has what? Here in North Carolina, they have the Housing Authority program. That program just started a year and a half ago, where they give you $8,000 for closing costs. $8,000 for closing costs. So what that does is that you don't pay nothing, and it's forgivable after the 15th year. So you pay nothing for the first 10 years, right? But you have to live in the house. And if you move the house, and if you sell the house, then you have to pay them in full. That's the only bad thing about that. And then on the 10th year, they start reducing you 20% until you get to the 15th. And once the 15th year come, and you owe nothing. You're at zero. You also have what's called the Chenoa program. The Chenoa program is a down payment program in which they give you $8,000. I think they also give you $8,000 for your closing costs. But this program is good because this program, if you qualify for this program, what happens here is that all you have to do is make 36 months of consecutive payments. That's 3 years. And after those 3 years, that loan is forgivable. It's forgivable. And the good thing about FHA loans is that being that you have a low credit score, after the year that you're in your home, you can rent it out. And you want to move, because you have to live on both, I don't know VAs, but on both USDA and FHA loans, you have to live at the house for a year. That's automatic. They give you 60 days to move in after the closing date. You have to move in. That has to be your primary resident. Has to be your primary resident. But once you, for an FHA, once you leave, I mean, once you completed that year, if you want to rent it, you can. And if you want to go with FHA again, you can do another FHA. You know, my best thing to do, which I was going to do the first time, I was going to get a multi-house, you know, with 2 sides, 1 house here, 1 house there, and I was going to rent one side out, right? And then have the other side, I live in this side, and then let one side pay for it all. And then after the year is up, and then I would go and get myself another house, and I'll make that my primary, and then I have those as my primary, and I will have one side pay for one house, and then I have the other side paid for the house that I'll be living in. But then I chose to do that. I'm gonna choose to do that once my kids are grown, because I don't want to be taking them. I don't want to be moving them from place to place. You know, one is 18, the other one's 16, but the one is 18. You know, he has some problems. But he's still got some things he has to be adjusted to. You know, it's not like you and I. But other than that, so those are those. So you got programs. You got New York State has a program too. You could check with your local banks to see that what kind of down payment programs they have. But you could have your own house instead of paying that ridiculous $1,000 to $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Yes, you know, some things break in your house, and you get home warranty, or you get someone like I do. I get someone that I can Craigslist stuff like that, and the guys that I've gotten have been great with my house. You know, but you do those kind of things, you know, and you progress. You could do it. Let me see what else I can give you on this. So you got FHA, you got USDA, and you get the VA loan. And like I said, you go to your local bank, you tell them how much. What is it? Also, if you don't have a 10% to give down with either FHA or USDA, you're going to have a home insurance mortgage, and that takes most of the house. I mean, my house is $492 a month, and I shit you not, the most of it goes to the interest. 300 and something goes to the interest. The house only pays $70 some dollars. So you can think about it, $70 some dollars a month for the next 30 years. The house is gonna be double for what it's worth. But it's mine. I mean, I could do whatever I want. I could burn it down, but I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just saying, I could put up a wall. I can add to it. I could take away from it. You know, it's my home. You know. So as long as you're paying that, you are okay. Well, situations will happen, of course, and that's why you save up, and that's why you have your emergency funds and stuff like that. But like I said, your different states have different things. So to get away from the home insurance thing, you have to have home insurance. But I think it's called the API, something like that. You have to give more than 10%. So if you give 20% down, then you don't have that home insurance that you have to pay up, and then you're free from that. So that's good if you got the 20%. Or you can refinance your house, like on the USDA or FHA. Once, if I was to refinance my house, and then I'll refinance it, and then I could rent it out for whomever I want. With the USDA, you have to live in it, and you can't rent it out. You could do certain things to it, but you can't rent it out to make money out of it. That's what I heard. I'm not sure if the law, the rules have changed. I'm not sure. I have to find that out. But yeah. So if you could refinance it to lower down when you refinance the house, you refinance it. This way your APR can go down. This way your rates can go lower from what they are now. When you buy a house, always make sure that the taxes of the house are low. Here the taxes here is $590 something a year, so that's not bad. And if you're handicapped, or if you're handicapped, or you're 65 and older, you're an elderly person, you can apply within that county for a tax break. So they can either you pay half of what the tax is, or you pay some. They'll give you a waiver. Those are for 65 people and older, and for people who are handicapped. So that's a good thing. So my sister lives in Florida, and her insurance is $1,000 and something, or $2,000, because of her handicap. She pays, I think it's like $500 or $800 a year on property tax. So that's not bad. So you gotta when you go out there, you gotta take advantage of these things. You could do with a FHA. You could do a FHA 203K loan, in which that you like the house, but it needs some fixing up. And when that 203K loan comes in, you're able to fix it up. But that's another video. But with that loan, they give you the money to fix up the house. You don't keep no money, but you have to choose a special contract that they give you, a contractor that they give you. You gotta be specific. They won't do no pools or anything like that, but they'll do your kitchen, they'll do your living room, they'll do your deck, they'll do a laundry room, whatever you need to do to make the house to bring it up to par. So you get a 203K loan. But there are loans. Like I said, you don't have to be rich to own a house. You don't have to. Look at me. Look at this, you guys. That's my house. This is under USDA. This is a little bit less than a quarter. This is a little bit less than an acre of land. A little bit less than an acre of land. And I like it. Back here, I want to put a fence. One of these days. Not that big, but I'm going to put the fence up to there. You see that there? Where the house is at? Put a fence up to there. So I want to get a dog, but I want to get a dog that I want to leave him. I want to be able for him to enjoy this. I don't want to keep. I don't like keeping dogs cooped up inside the house. So I want him to enjoy the whole entire yard. I'm gonna be here for a while. God willing. So I want him to grow old with me. And that's what I'm doing. Look at the cow. Just came out. See it? So, God was saying, so you can do it. So you just gotta get, you just gotta save and have that adamant attitude to it. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. So it's not far. It's not. I have my niece. My niece is 27 years old, and she had her first house, but she still has the same house. She's 24, 25, 24, and she has her own house here in North Carolina. And she went through the same process. Her down payment I think was $350. $350 for a townhouse with FHA. A townhouse. So you gotta look at all those. Gotta look at the taxes. You gotta make sure there's no HOA, because HOA is a pain in the ass. And you talk to a specialist. Me personally, I wouldn't go to a bank to get a loan. Go to a broker. A broker, it's much more, for me, it's much more help. They're both helpful, but I found that my broker worked harder for me than a regular bank. There's a lot of paperwork. If you have money in the bank, make sure that the money's coming from the bank. You could have people can gift you the money for down payment of the house, but you have to have a consistent. Your bank has to be consistent. You have to have a good debt to get to a good debt ratio. But what I'm trying to do is it can be done. You got FHA, you got USDA, and you got the VA loans. Those are loans that you could do. My brother, my cousin just bought a house in Florida for $100,000 some $147,000. He has less. He has less than this. This house cost me $70,000, and he has less than that. But he went through the FHA. I think he gets Social Security because because of his leg, but he's been working for 30 years, you know, so he had to go on disability. He had no other choice. He can't walk. But you could do it. So if you're on disability, you could do it. You know, if you know how to manage it, if you know how to manage your money, you could do it. And look, guys, look. I'm here. Look, I'm sitting down on a park bench, my own park bench. I didn't have that out there. See? My own park bench, my own backyard. My little pool that I gotta do this weekend. Or later on, my son comes out of work. I'm gonna fill that up for tomorrow. They're gonna be in the 90s tomorrow, and we just have fun. You know, this is why I moved from the city to the country. You see, the serenity, there's peace out here. So you can do it, guys. If you guys need any help, if you guys need help with brokers, if you're coming down to North Carolina, you let me know. I will help you out with brokers. I have my own. If you need a home, if you're going to the Rockingham area, you let me know. I have a good agent. And if you can't come down there, you tell me, like what they're doing now. They're doing virtual videos, which is good. You know, I saw my house through virtual video first. I didn't want to come down, and I never saw my house. My sister did because she was already here in North Carolina visiting my niece. And she goes, oh, let me go see it. See, when she sees it, she goes, Gio's a great house, blah, 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 blah. Then when I came to see it with my wife, I said, okay, fine, let's do the paperwork. And we did the paperwork, and within a month and a half, everything was over and done with. A month and a half. But we moved in here February 3rd, and we've been here ever since with no regrets. You know, people say, but the house not yours, it's the bank's. I don't give a shit. I was paying $2,200 in New York for a 3-bedroom house. Or it's 4-bedroom, but they all were small. And if you Google the house is only... The lot size is like 2,900 and some odd square feet, while this one is 13,000 square feet. The lot size, the house size is 900 square feet, up and downstairs. Because I have a downstairs too, basement, the same thing. The same thing upstairs, the same thing downstairs, but a little bit smaller, but the same thing. And 900 square feet for my wife and I, it's great. I thought about it. I was gonna get a big house, but then I thought about it, like, why get a big house? You know, and then you have to start cleaning. The kids will leave. And this is just perfect. The only thing that I don't like about this is this. People have a tendency to throw their garbage outside the window, and it hits my lawn. And can they wait and throw it in the house or somewhere else? Shit, get off the fucking car and just come over and say, hey, can I throw this away in your garbage can? Sure, no problem. I prefer you doing that and throwing it in front of my house. That's the only disadvantage of living right there on the main road. Would have preferred something more inside, you know, with less traffic. But it is what it is. I don't regret it. I like my house. I enjoy my house. Tomorrow, as you can see this lawn. I'll do this lawn all over again. So there is ways so you can have your own house. Dímelo. There are ways that you can do your own house. I mean, you can get your own house. Like I said, if you guys need any help, just let me know, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what King Gio is here for, is to help. That's what this channel is for, is to help other people do, you know, to be motivated and to be better people, you know. So if you can get yourself a house, it doesn't matter what state you're in, I can help you. You know, if you want to get your credit score up, I can help you with that too. You know, don't pay anyone to do your credit score for you, which is something that's simple and easy and free. You know, so you guys let me know how you feel about the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, guys. It's very important you guys subscribe so I can know that, you know, that my subscribers are here. I can, okay, if I see 20 people on this video, I say, okay, so people, they like the house video, so let me do more house videos. If I do mechanic videos, more people do, they like mechanic videos. So, you know, stuff like that, you know. And if I don't have it on my video, let me know and I'll do it. All right, nothing kinky though. I could be kinky.